Hey, yeah, what's up? This disciple Marshall Occurrence Rain back up in this anti-Illuminati all day, anti-telepathy all day, anti-America all day, anti-cop all day, yeah. So this video is going to be my perspective on a prophet, a prophetess, the weight of a prophet. Now, first off, I'm just get straight to the chase. Prophets and prophetesses will have the most dysfunctional, sometimes some of them will have the most dysfunctional life, whether it's from stability, whether it's from, excuse me, hold on. Whether it's from stability or drugs, sexuality, even all of those things happening early in life, because the enemy, I believe he can see maybe the aura around the person. He can see the energy around the person. He can see the high-ranking angels around the person. He can see the call of God on that person. So what he do, if he sees that high-ranking energy, that high-ranking spirit, high-ranking energies around that person, then he begins to attack. This explains abnormal sexuality. This explains abnormal loss around them. This explains all abnormal things, and even people coming into their life. You know, the people they marry, the people they choose to be with, all strongholds. A lot of times because the enemy has already seen the aura in the high-ranking angels around you, the high-ranking formations of the spiritual world around you. So now he knows that you're very high-ranking, and it's in your destiny. He sees he sees that high-ranking, because God's gonna place a high-ranking formation of angels around you. He's going to see that. Those angels have to protect you from a very young age so that you can get to the age where you're able to release what you need to release. You know, so this explains the dysfunction, the contradictions that it has been in their life. The enemy came after them young. And it's not the devil made me do it kind of situation. No, it ain't that. It's the devil is doing it situation. Not made you do it. He's doing something. And he's going to come after you full blast, because he knows that you are a serious threat because of the ranking of angels in formation, spiritual formations around you. That's not there for no reason. And he sees that. He sees that in the spiritual world. So he's going to come. So put yourself in the enemy's shoes. He's going to come after people that that God has put, that God has created for powerful destinies. He's going to come after them. He's going to put all his forces. He's going to start on them young. He's going to make them make mistakes that people assassinate their character for. He's going to do all he can, so by the time that they become the age that they need to, the age that will release the destiny, that they have so much bad credibility and so many things going on. And that's even if they make it, because he's trying to kill you. He ain't trying to play with you. You got a destiny on your life. You got a calling on your life, and the formations. And people say calling. Wait, the devil is after you because of calling on your life. Yeah, that's true, but they don't tell you the details. The details is there's been formations, spiritual formations around you that the devil can see. Because if it's not around you, and you're just out there butt naked, how will you make it? You're not going to make it. You're not going to make it because it's just going to be, all the design that's in you without protection, that's going to be seen. So if you don't have no protection, the design of who you are as a prophet or a prophetess is going to be seen in the spiritual world. So now you still going to be detected, but you're going to be detected without a spiritual formation of protection around you. So either way, if you're designed as a prophet or a prophetess, you are going to be seen by Satan's kingdom. And they're going to report, high-ranking devils are going to report to Satan in the chain of command who's the biggest threats. And then that's who the powers are going to be released to. So when I say the devil, I can explain it to you that you understand it, that is real, and understanding from a real aspect and not in a cartoonish aspect. Because people say the devil was around my life since I was a little boy, since I was a little girl. But I'm going to break it down to you, though. I'm going to show you how the devil sees the formations around you. He sees the angels, the high-ranking angels, and he sees the prophetic design as well. He sees that prophetic design, he sees the angels, and he begins forming his attack against your life. And he doesn't care how young you are. Once you are detected for whatever reason, he's on you. If any of his high-ranking angels or demons under the high-ranking angels, somehow someone else that you interact with have demons around them, those demons are going to see you and don't think they don't, and they're going to report. They're going to report to other high rankings, all the way to the chain of command, and there's going to be an assignment put out against you. This explains why a lot of preachers would tell you, I almost died. I went through all these. Notice the tragic stories that you hear about spiritual people all the time, every time. You never hear I just been serving the Lord all my life. Everything's been just so good. You always hear this war-torn story. And this war-torn story is because they were detected at a very young age, and it explains all the foolishness that happened in their lives. I guarantee you, for all the prophets and prophetesses that will hear this video, you go back and you look at all the things that happened, and you know that was demonic. It was demonic. It might be normal for other people, but for you, it was demonic. And this is another thing I tell you is another sign of a prophet. Unemployment. Yeah, it's not an excuse. Unemployment. Because one thing for sure is that they're so spiritual that they just want God. Most of them don't even want to really work. Most real prophets and prophetesses don't really want to per se work. They want to worship and spend time with God without anybody bothering them. That's really what they want to do. That's all they want to do. That's their ideal day. Is to spend time with God. Look at the people that's out here that call themselves prophets and prophetesses. Look how they move. All they doing is worshiping God. All they doing is praising God. That's all you want to do. And some Christians will say, well, they just seem like they're too heaven. They're so heavenly. They're no earthly good. I don't like that saying, because if you're so heavenly, you are going to be earthly good. You are going to be good for earth the more heavenly you become. I don't care if you stay in a room to yourself, if you are becoming per se heavenly, then you are going to be earthly good, whether you're working or not. Because really, when they say earthly good, is they talking about the work they want you to do. You don't know what these individuals are doing in the spiritual realm. While you're out there, do you, okay? Do you? But don't speak on people that you don't know what God is doing. God could be using that person in that room that's worshiping God, praising God, and you want them to do more. You want them to come out to the community, and it's not for them to do that. Everybody is not assigned to do that. Some people are supposed to be in the presence of God. So with that being said, a lot of prophets and prophetesses have a problem with employment, being employed, and staying employed. And this is the other reason. The other reason is that as soon as they're detected, remember I told you about those spirits. As soon as they're detected at their jobs, the onslaught comes. It gets communicated because now they're out in the world. Now it gets communicated to the chain of command of Satan's kingdom. It gets communicated, and once it's communicated, then the onslaught starts, and then the manager can pick on him and have it out for him, because the spirits around him has now communicated to other spirits, and so and now you could be detected from your job. You could be detected from your job because now you're out in the world, and now even though you may quit the job or you may go to another job, now even if you were in hiding or you were in being birthed out, as Christians say, if you were growing in secret, when you come out to the world, now you have these problems. Now it seems like even though you left the job, you still got problems, spiritual problems, and that's because some spirits detected not where you were necessarily in your spirit. You could have been carnal, but they seen the protection around you, and those spirits seen the prophetic design of who you are, and they sent communication through the chain of command, and now there's an onslaught on your life. So now you can't keep a job because now those spirits continue to communicate against you. And it's not only physical. That's why this is the only place where I feel like it's necessary to say we don't fight against flesh and blood, because it shows you that it is not people, it's the spirits around them, and those spirits send communication through the chain of command up the ladder in the satanic kingdom. And what happens is through this chain of command, you basically become a fugitive against the kingdom of Satan. Now, no matter where you go, you're a fugitive of the kingdom of Satan. It's like they got your poster up in the kingdom of Satan, your face shot. And it's real. So therefore unemployment comes from this and everything like that. Another sign of a prophet and prophetess is a real bad sex history, where maybe they got raped, they got, all kind of different things, molestation, incest, all these different things, because it's an onslaught. This onslaught against this person's life is because like I said, they are called as a prophet. Okay, so they have all these. So at a young age, the prophetic design, if not the prophetic, the prophetic design might not be seen so much because the kid is just is young, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever, even younger than that. So they're not really showing the prophetic design, but there's this formation that these spirits can see around them. Remind you, they're interacting with other adults, so soon as that happens, the spirits that those adults have communicates up to the chain of command that there's a child with a certain spiritual formation of angels around that child. So then that's why you will see molestation, you will see them you doing a lot of things in sexuality, because Satan has, these spirits have seen the formation specifically of angelic protection around this child, and then that is sent up through the chain of command, and now this child has all these problems. They go through high school with these problems, they go through all these things. And they go through all these problems, and it's because of the weight that they have to bear as being a prophet and prophetess. The thing about this position, it's everyone wants to be it. Paul even says desire to prophesy. He said desire. So it's nothing wrong. Don't get me wrong, because sometimes prophets and prophetesses get tired of people wanting to be. Be careful with that, because Paul taught that you should desire to prophesy. Okay? So that's dealing with the prophetic. So Paul taught that. Paul taught you desire to prophesy. Okay? Okay? But God is going to pull you into the right spirit to where you're living that out for real. So it's you have to be you have to purge yourself, get pure with God, and go through sanctification and seek the Lord, and that will be fulfilled if it's God's will. It's definitely desiring to prophesy is going to also come with desiring to be pure, desiring to be sanctified before the Lord. Okay. Now, someone that is born a prophet or a prophetess is going to have a different outcome from the person that's desiring to prophesy. Okay? They're going to have a whole different outcome in life. So if I examine someone's life, if I examine someone's life where they are suffering a lot of onslaughts of sexuality, loss of employment. They're suffering a lot of just crazy energy, just crazy people, getting married to the wrong person. All of these are signs. Look at the people. Look at the people that get married to, and look at the things that happens. And it's a sign that, unfortunately, the satanic kingdom is on your tail, giving you people that are not designed to be with you, because they have to know how to be with you. They have to know. In other words, if somebody marries someone that's a prophet or a prophetess, you have to submit to God as that person submit to God. They have a train, if you will, like a dress, a train of seeking God, wanting to worship God, worshiping God, praising God with their life. And if you're not about that life like that, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good for the prophet or the prophetess. You're going to only be in the way, and the spirits are going to use you more than to against that person, than to bless that person. So a lot of prophetesses and prophets wind up marrying the wrong person. And that's part of the satanic kingdom placing people in their path. And they can't see it. It happens more times than not. When I look at other people's lives that say they are prophets or prophetesses, they married the wrong person. And the reason, and I'm going to tell you, the whole reason is to destroy what that person is supposed to become and what they're supposed to do. Okay? These are the true signs. Because we have a lot of people that saying they're a prophet. And I think if you don't know what a prophet is, you don't have no business talking about what a false prophet is. You understand? I don't think you have a right to talk about either one. Because you don't know what a real one is. You don't know what a real one is. So how do you so you can only pick you only pick out the fake prophets, but you don't know what a real one is. You can't talk about it fluently, you can't talk about it intelligently. So I don't think you should talk about it at all. You don't know what comes with this. And see, what happens is when you have real prophets, like I said, you have all these things, these vices. You can have alcohol, weed, drugs, pills, everything. Because the onslaught is against the person, the prophet. Okay? They use common sense. Spirits are trying to take this prophet out. Spirits are trying to take this prophetess out. So what you think they're gonna do? Just let them waltz into dreams and destinies? They're gonna just waltz into everything. I tell you, man, some people are really silly, man. They don't think. So while you're judging, you could be judging someone who is under the onslaught of the satanic kingdom because of who they are as a prophet. And you're sitting up there judging. You know what I'm saying? So like to me, like I that's what I consider. I know these things are gonna happen. And see, carnal people, sinners that don't have any information on this, they sitting back saying, well, that's a false prophet. Look at what they're doing. That's exactly why they're a prophet. That's exactly how I know they're a prophet. Because the onslaught is on. They can't keep a job. They married the wrong person. They got a crazy sex history. They did crazy stuff as kids. This is exactly how I know. This is what I go by. I don't go by no squeaky clean life like somebody you just handed from the womb, fresh to going to preach and prophesy. No, in a perfect world, but when you're really powerful, I mean, look at Moses. Look what happened to Moses. The spirits seen who Moses was. I believe that. And they seen something. Maybe they seen a formation around his mother. In the womb, they might concede, the spirits, the satanic kingdom concede the formation that's already there. If that person is very high ranking, the spirits can see the formation around the mother while she's pregnant. So now they have to protect that woman. I believe this happened with Jesus. I believe this happened with Moses. And it explains why even in Jesus' case, they was killing kids 2.5 years old and under, trying to get to Jesus. Because the information was already out about a Messiah, about a king coming. See, so that in itself, that's an information formation that was sent up to the satanic kingdom, and then the onslaught came against Jesus. Same thing with Moses, the same thing. The onslaught came because and they started throwing babies, I think, in the Nile River. And Moses had to be put down the river, taking all kind of chances of what could happen. Even the wrong person finding him. But they had to take the chance. Okay, because his parents could see the design of who he was. You see, those are examples of how I'm showing you how the onslaught starts real early. You know what I'm saying? So it's never abnormal to see a very destructive pattern around the person that claims to be a prophet or a prophetess, because those are all signs that the enemy has definitely seen who they are and is trying to destroy them. And this is the real weight of being a prophet. All the things I told you about, all the bad, the sex history, the unemployment, marrying the wrong person, drugs, alcohol, all signs of the weight of being a prophet, all signs. You know what I'm saying? So so I just want people to know what, because some people talk about something they don't know, have no idea about. You just go by a couple good quotes. Like I tell people, they got a couple good poems and they start, preaching or something like that. And then they got three good poems and they say something on YouTube and then you talking about they're a prophet. You know what I'm saying? It's not by intellect. It's not about intellect. Moses said Moses couldn't even talk. Moses said how he doubted himself because he couldn't even speak and articulate properly. This is not about all the smarts. This is just who God designs. And so, the world, I can't let them, because this ain't even their kingdom. Carnal people be talking about false prophets, this and false prophets that. This is a spiritual kingdom. First of all, prophets come out of spiritual kingdoms, not natural kingdoms. I'm going to say that again. Prophets and prophetesses come out of spiritual kingdoms, which they know nothing barely about. Okay, and so I have to set the record straight, so people know what it really is.